She was rejected while carrying twins. The Alpha King says now he has 3 treasures. The message arrived at dawn. Not loud, not dramatic, just 4 words that felt like a blade pressed gently against my throat. She's carrying twins. I stood alone on the balcony, the city still asleep beneath me. Steel towers, glass, silence. My kingdom. The cold air didn't move me, my pulse didn't change, only my grip tightened around the phone. Twins! The word echoed the way a gunshot echoes after the sound is already gone. Too late to dodge, too late to pretend it didn't happen. I had rejected her 3 months ago, coldly, publicly, with witnesses. I told myself it was necessary, that loyalty demanded distance, that a king cannot afford doubt. She never begged. That's what still haunted me. No tears, no accusations, just a single look, steady, wounded, proud, before she turned and walked out of my life carrying something I didn't know existed. And now this message. Twins. I replayed the last time I saw her, her hand instinctively resting on her stomach, the way she flinched when I stepped closer, the silence she used like armor. I had thought it was defiance. I had been wrong. The city lights flickered back to life as the sun rose, and for the first time in years, I felt something unfamiliar crawl up my spine. Fear. I didn't reject her because I stopped loving her. That would have been easier. I rejected her because someone whispered poison into my ear, and I listened. A council member, a trusted ally, a man who smiled while sharpening knives behind closed doors. "She's hiding something," he said. "She's too quiet, too perfect. A woman like that always has a second life." I watched her after that. Every glance became suspicious, every silence felt strategic, every kindness looked rehearsed. I never confronted her. Kings don't ask, they observe. And when the rumors reached the council, anonymous reports, doctored photos, half-truths dressed as evidence, I chose power over uncertainty. I ended it in the hall, marble floors, witnesses lining the walls. Her name spoken like a verdict. "You are dismissed from my life," I said. My voice didn't shake, hers didn't either. She simply nodded. "I understand," she said. No defense, no denial, only acceptance. That should have terrified me. Instead, I took it as proof of guilt. She left that night. No demands, no messages, no attempts to return. I told myself she was hiding. I told myself I was right. Until now. Twins. My mind replayed everything I missed. Her nausea she blamed on stress. Her fatigue she masked with discipline. The way she avoided wine. The way she protected her stomach without realizing it. I hadn't just rejected her. I had erased my own blood. I didn't rush to her. That would have been emotional. I gathered facts, quietly. Medical records obtained through channels that owed me loyalty. Travel logs, financial movements. She had disappeared to a coastal city under a false name. No luxury, no protection. A modest apartment. She worked remotely, paid everything herself. No man, no lover, no second life. The twins were mine, confirmed by medical data before I ever ordered a DNA test. I sat alone in my office as the truth assembled itself piece by piece. The council member who warned me, he had falsified evidence. The anonymous reports, his handwriting beneath digital disguises. Why? Because her bloodline mattered, because heirs strengthen kings, because eliminating her meant weakening me. He hadn't expected silence, he hadn't expected dignity, and he certainly hadn't expected me to look deeper. By the time I received the DNA confirmation, my decision was already made. Not revenge, correction. I would not rage, I would not shout. I would reclaim what was mine and expose what should have remained hidden. I found her at a medical clinic. She was standing in line, pregnant, alone. her belly rounded with life I had almost destroyed. She turned before I spoke. I don't know how she sensed me. Maybe love never truly leaves the body. Her eyes met mine. No shock, just stillness. "You shouldn't be here," she said quietly. "I know," I replied. The nurse called her name. She hesitated, then walked past me without another word. I followed. Inside the room she sat slowly, carefully, protectively. I placed the folder on the table. DNA results, medical confirmations, council records. She didn't open them. "I never lied," she said. "I know." That was all it took. Her composure broke, not into hysteria, but into something far more devastating: disappointment. "I needed nothing from you," she said. "Not protection, not a crown. I only needed you not to turn me into an enemy." I stood there, a king with no defense. The council meeting was swift, public, irreversible. I placed the evidence before them, every lie, every manipulation. The man who destroyed my family collapsed without a word. Begging would have insulted me. I stripped him of rank, of protection, of legacy. Then I spoke the words that silenced the room. She was never dismissed. She was wronged, and those children are my heirs. Gasps, fear, power shifted. But my revenge wasn't in punishment. It was in correction. I returned to her, not as a king, but as a man who had learned the cost of listening to the wrong voice. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't ask for it. She allows me near the twins now, carefully, measured. Trust rebuilds slowly when it has been executed once before. I watch them sleep, two small lives breathing in rhythm. She stands beside me sometimes, silent, strong, still not mine to command. And that is the lesson. I once thought power meant control. Now I understand. Power is knowing what you almost lost and never pretending you deserve it back. I was a king with a kingdom. Now I am a man guarding 3 treasures, and I will never confuse the two again.